managing AI skills across multiple projects is really messy. You don't really have too many options. You can download the skills from some public repos, right? So, but then you have to copy this skill inside each repo that you're working on, right? Each project that you are working on. So then, if you updated one of the skills inside one of the projects, you have to update this across others, and that's usually it's a manual work. It doesn't apply at all to personal workflows, right? So maybe some of the skills you don't have online, you have some workflows that you want to optimize. So you created a skill, and now you want to have this skill inside a few projects, but maybe not globally, right? Maybe you don't want to have like 27 or 50 or 100 global skills to manage. Maybe you want them to be inside the project. So you have to have some kind of place where you store them and when you update them, and how do you manage all this? So okay, so I think I established that right now it's a little bit of messy workflow, right? So the solution that I want to provide, right? So this is a Notion Skills Registry, a centralized home for versioned AI skills for Claude Code, OpenCode, or any other. So let me actually show you what is it, right? So just quickly, we have skills folder. Inside skills folder, we have the name of the skill. We have the versions of the skill, right? So that you're able to manage. Um, and then we have the skill versions place. This is again just like a table, right? So of all the changes that happened, and we have setup and readme. So the template is going to be available for anyone to install on their Notion space. But again, the biggest benefit of it is that you are able to share this skill with your team, right? And everybody will be able to use some commands, some preset commands, right? So that are coming together with this template. And in order for you to actually start the workflow and install those commands, right? So you'll need to go to the setup page, click on the copy button. This is just a prompt for AI to actually install those globally. So you can, access them from any place. So in this case, we'll just have these 4 Notion skills that are managing all your skills, right? So let's go to the terminal. And this is just a test project. You can see that there is nothing inside. Let's open Claude or OpenCode or any other. Double check that we have the MCP for Notion, and we do. So then just let's insert the prompt, and here we'll be ready in maybe a minute or so. It will need to process a couple things. I on purposely not going to allow it to run automatically, so you can see what steps it's doing. So right now it saw that there are no. We're going to create 4 skills, right? So it saw that there are no directories for those 4 skills inside Claude. So it's going to create them, and now it's going to write skill MD files for each this Notion skill that's coming with the Notion skill registry. And yeah, then we'll just you'll have to do it one time, right? And it will be available globally from any project. And basically that's it. So now you can see that it wrote the first skill, the Notion init skill. And then yeah, so and okay, so while it's doing those things, maybe we can check um, one of the examples. Okay, let's approve this one. Approve. So we have contact with search writer. So this is just it's one of the repos that I found online, right? It's one of the skill repos. So and it had certain context to do this and that and that, and basically let's say you want to install it for your team and you decide to do some modifications after some time. So you created v2. In our case, the modification is going to be that. You can see here it says make there is writing, and here basically we decided to change it to the content folder because for some reason we like it more, right? This is simple change. Obviously, the changes inside versions can be, a lot bigger. But again, just as an example of the version. So coming back to the Claude, we can see that we have 4 Notion skills: init, install, update, and check updates. So we'll quickly go through them. We'll just need to restart the Claude to see the new skills. So you can see we have Notion skills there. And the first skill that we always need to do, we need to do Notion init. What Notion init is going to do is going to look through your current repo. On the right side here, you can see the files inside this directory. So it's empty. So now Claude is asking us, so what, which of the projects would you like to initialize, .claude or .opencode? This is hard code. You can change it to, anything you like. So you can also say .codex, .gemini, or whatever there are, .cursor, right? So, and it's asking you for skill registry page. Skill registry page is the page that contains all of the skills and the versions of the skill and which ones are approved, not approved, in draft, and so on. So we'll pass both. We'll say .claude and we'll pass the link. You can even pass the full link. You don't need the specifically page ID, right? So now it's creating .claude directory. Let's refresh. And basically it created skills. Skills are empty for now. And it created Notion skills.json. This is like package.json. So basically this is a place where we say where is our skill registry living, right? From where we need to check. So what is the roots? Well, provider will be always Notion, MCP always Notion, and this registry version 1. There are a couple things why you might want to have that. So let's do the next thing. So we said that this is our skill registry. So let's see which ones are available to us. So we have contact research writer and we have video downloader v1. Video downloader, interesting enough, has actually scripts folder and the scripts file, right? So download.py, Python script. So let's see how it's going to install those. So let's say Notion install video downloader. And one more thing while it's doing the job. So there are 2 ways how you can install it. So you can install either by just saying video downloader or content research writer, and to install the latest approved, whatever is approved here, right? Or you can specify the specific version v1 or v2, and then it's going to pin it. And when you are going to be checking for updates later on, so you are basically never going to update it unless you specifically say v1 or v2. So here now you can see that it's doing some of the MCP, Notion MCP calls, right? So checking for the project structure, for pages, for the content, and I'll let it do all of it. And soon we'll see. Okay, so now it's starting to write, right? So it checked all the things needed. So now it's writing to the folders. You can see that it recognized that there was a scripts file. I guess it didn't finish that one yet. So it created skill.md. It created scripts folder. Now it wrote the Python file that we had in the Notion, right? This one. And yeah, so basically it said, here we go, we installed it. So the thing that I told you about the latest version, so you can see it here, the Notion skills.json got updated, and we have some data, like what skills are installed. We have video downloader installed. The tracking is set to latest approved. So for example, if you're going to say Notion install, let me see the name, contact research writer v1. So while it's doing installing that one, so if you can see, let's check something else. So basically the tracking is set to latest approved. So meaning that if whenever we are going to say Notion check updates or Notion update, right? So we will always update to the newest version, whatever is available inside the skill versions registry. So on the opposite, we have content research writer and skill MD, right? So, and now it's going to also update the Notion skill JSON. So it said that it finished, and you can see here that we have version v1 pinned, right? So basically, we have this one, the content research writer, install version v1, and this pinned. And if you're going to basically check for updates, check for updates. So we'll see that it's trying to see which skills are installed. Then it's requesting the registry to see which skills can be updated, right? So, and then it's saying basically that content research v1 and v2 approved, that is approved. Basically, and it's saying that it's up to date. This one is pinned with newer version available. So, yeah, so basically run this. If you want to install it to the latest, right? So, well, I guess we can do that. Why not? So while it's doing that, let's check a couple more things. So we have README. README covers everything what you need to know. Especially, I think the most useful would be FAQ. This. What if I want drafts? What if I only approved one version? So etc. etc. I think it's worth checking. So let's see what it did. Let's see this one. Okay, so now we have the update done, right? So we have v2 installed from the content research writer, and now it's saying latest approved, right? So before it was saying pinned because we specifically mentioned v1, and you can stay on v1 if you don't like v2 anymore for some reason, or part of your team doesn't like it. This is pretty cool project. So this is basically a personal package manager, right? So, but skill manager. Let me actually show you one of the examples how I use the, let's say local skills, my personal skills, right, that are not relevant for anyone else other than me or, maybe my team. So this is again Notion skills registry for Vextrail. So one of the skills is digest writer. Again, there are many digest writers out there, many skills that doing that. But specifically my digest writer, let me actually show you part of it. I'm going to show you all, but let me show you part of it. So what AI is supposed to do using this skill is not just check something online and write this, write that. So I'm not using it for that. So well, you can see it says write complete edition, but it's basically mainly used for drafts. Right, but how is it going to source the data? So if you are checking the web, so you are already at least like 1 day later, or let's say 12 hours late or 5 hours late, depending on how big the news is, right? So what I decided to do, I decided to actually use the proper RSS feeds, right? So I have this local project that's running. So this is again for Vextrail.com, my startup. So we are into AI ads and AI monetization. So I need to track this news like literally like at the time when it comes, right? So maybe I need to do something about it. Maybe I need to make a post, social media, or just to stay aware. So regardless, so basically I have this little project, a little ugly though, but still working. Again, this is just a links. So AI is going to parse those links, right? And it's going to, let's say, days 3. So for the past 3 days, we have this many AI. So I basically gave my AI agent an APIs that it can actually use and create these drafts of this, or the summaries of this news. So later on, I can put them inside my AI digest. So I'm not going to show all of it, but again, this is my workflow. And the simple thing, like, what if I'm going to change this basically fetch news from maybe 5. Again, it is running on my Raspberry Pi, so sometimes it changes the local IPs. So what if it's going to become 19? So I need to basically go to all projects where I'm using it, all folders, right? So uh, all folders that I'm using the that automation, that skill, and change them one by one. And instead, I'm just basically running Claude. I'm saying Notion uh, install, and then the digest writer, um, and basically it's going to install. It's not going to see it right now because the skill registry page is set to a different one. But again, you got the idea. Okay, and the last thing that I want to say, so many of you might say, so but we have GitHub, right? So why do we actually need Notion, right? So what is the purpose of the Notion in this workflow? You can use GitHub. And yes, it can use GitHub. I mean, obviously, I had some GitHub repo where I was dumping all of these skills, right? But it's not necessarily fitting like 100% of people. And I think even for me, it was not so easy to extract those properly from GitHub to install them in certain repos and in certain projects, right? And I think this is there are many people who don't have GitHub but have Claude or OpenCode or any other AI software, and there are many people who have Claude and Notion, right? So I think for them it's going to be specifically a lot more useful than for the people that actually don't use Notion. But one more thing, why this idea came to me at all. The only reason is because Dev.to and Notion created the challenge. Basically, Dev.to is hosting the challenge. If you don't know who are they, go ahead and check Dev.to, and you'll see it's very nice place to be in. So there are many smart people. Maybe you want to read a couple articles there, or to actually participate in the next challenges that you'll have. Yeah, but I think I actually haven't looked at Notion that you can use it for these purposes. And now I'm looking at it and it's like, it's kind of useful. You could see it was like a couple clicks, right? Couple commands, and you have a full workflow set up for you had a headache. So of, many, many different projects, updates that you need to do. And now you don't need to do it anymore. So you basically say update, it updates. That's all. So you want to ask your teammate to go ahead and check that skill and update it to our new needs, or make it better, or improve it, or change the certain flow to do this and that and that. And your teammate is doing it. You are just saying Notion update, and you are done. So everybody benefits in your team. So I think we are going to save a lot of human hours just because of this one workflow, and I'm excited. Please leave like, follows, comments, whatever, if you found it useful, of course. So, and I think I'll be heading out. And thank you. Bye.